Welcome to lab number 12, Core Strategy Buy and Sell Setups. What you've learned so far is all about trends, all about finding a zone in that trend. And now we've added the component of finding a target zone and setting the trade stop loss and trade target. So for the Core Strategy Buy setup, we see that when we have an uptrend, we'll look for a demand zone for entry, a supply zone for the target. And the last three steps are setting the trade stop loss, entry, and target. For the Core Strategy Sell setup, when we identify a downtrend, we'll look for a supply zone for entry, a demand zone for the target, and then set the trade stop, entry, and target. So now what we'll do is go ahead and practice those two setups. So for the first exercise, we're going to find the trend and a zone in that trend that we'd used in a previous lab. And we're going to add those extra components of identifying the target zone and setting the trade. So first up is the ticker symbol TLT. You should have a timeline located on June 10, 2019, again from a previous lab, and this timeline will serve as the current price. Now once you're there, find the trend between February 25th, 2019 and June 3rd, 2019. You should see the demand zone that we previously drew for entry inside that trend, and it should be located between $123.66 and $122.85. And again, this would be on a weekly time frame. Now that we have a demand zone to go long with the uptrend, we need to identify a supply zone to set the target. I'll give a demonstration on how to do that, and then you'll have an opportunity to try it on your own. So again, with the 5-step zoning process, we always start here at current price and we look up and left, okay? And what we're doing is we're looking for one of the basic formations in order to identify a supply zone. You would either be looking for a drop-based drop or a rally-based drop. So we have a rally-based drop supply zone here. So I had already previously drawn this out. So we'll go ahead and take our drawing tool, and again, the preferred method, we place the proximal line at the lowest body within the base for our supply zone, and we place our distal line at the highest wick within the entire formation. Again, it could be on the leg in, it could be in the base, it could be on the leg out. In this case, the highest wick is located within the base, so we place our distal line there. So at this point, we have identified the trend, we've identified a demand zone for entry and a supply zone for the target, and now it's time to set the trade stop, entry, and target. So to set the trade, you would simply place a limit order on the proximal line of your demand zone at $123.66, and then you would set your stop loss just below the distal line of the demand zone, and you would place your sell limit order just below the proximal line of your supply zone. All right, so as you can see here, I have a limit order placed at $123.66. I have my stop loss placed just below the distal line of my demand zone. And then I have my sell limit order placed just below the proximal line of our supply zone, so that in the event the trade works in our favor while we're going long, we can go ahead and exit for a profit. You'll now have a chance to try this on your own using the ticker symbol AGO on a weekly chart, which we've also used in a previous lab. Now, if by chance you no longer have the drawings on your chart, go ahead and make your chart similar to mine. As you can see, I have trend boxes identifying an uptrend between November 21st, 2011 and May 13th, 2013. I have a demand zone between $18.89 and $17.90 located within the breakout segment of the uptrend. I have a vertical timeline representing the current price located at a date of July 29th, 2013. And I've moved the chart over to remove any candles to the right of the timeline so that they are out of view and do not create confusion. Now, once your chart looks identical to mine, go ahead and pause the video, draw out the opposing supply zone using the 5-step zoning process so that we can use it to set our target. Afterward, you need to determine the approximate area of your stop loss, your entry, and your target. Once you're done, unpause the video and we'll go over it. Go ahead and pause the video now. All right, and the correct answer is... Okay, you should have been able to locate the supply zone located between $24.73 and $23.95. If you weren't able to identify the zone, you may want to revisit the zoning process, which is in the blue link here that says 5-step zoning process. Clicking that link should take you to part 49 of the ebook, where you can find the corresponding YouTube link to the lab, part 49, lab exercise 7, 5-step zoning process, supply and demand. And in this video, we cover the process of identifying supply and demand zones. So if you weren't able to locate the zone, you'll want to review the video. So now the plan in this case is we are waiting for price to return to our demand zone, where we would have a limit order waiting at the proximal line of the demand zone. Our stop loss would go just below the distal line of the demand zone. And now that we have our supply zone, we would set a sell limit order just below the proximal line of the supply zone as our target. So you see here, we have a limit order for entry. We have our stop loss placed just below the distal line of our demand zone. And we have our target sell limit order placed just below the proximal line of our supply zone. You'll have an opportunity to try this again, but this time on a sell setup. Go ahead and take your charts to the ticker symbol NVDA for NVIDIA on a weekly time frame. For purposes of the exercise, go ahead and make your chart identical to mine. I've identified a downtrend between November 22nd, 2021 and January 24th, 2022. We have a vertical timeline placed at February 7th, 2022 to serve as the current price, and we have identified a supply zone between $313.30 and $294.11. Once your chart is identical to mine, pause the video, go through the 5-step zoning process to locate a demand zone. Then once the opposing demand zone is identified, locate the approximate area for the stop, identify the proximal entry, and identify the approximate area for the target. Again, don't worry so much about the exact dollar amounts of your stop, entry, and target. We're simply familiarizing ourselves with the general basics and the process of setting up our trade for placing a bracket order. Once you've completed the exercise, unpause the video and we'll go over it. Go ahead and pause the video now. All right, and the correct answer is... Okay, so using the 5-step zoning process, you should have identified a demand zone between $228.40 and $208.88. Again, if you are not able to identify the zone, you'll need to review Part 49, Lab Exercise 7, where we go over the 5-step zoning process for both supply and demand zones. Now recall, all the lessons and videos are numbered and they're meant to be completed in sequence. Now for our trade plan, since we're going short on this trade setup, our sell short limit order for entry would go at the proximal line of our supply zone. Our stop loss would go just above the distal line of our supply zone, and a buy limit order would go just above the proximal line of our demand zone for purposes of setting the target. And again, the strategy is to wait for price to retrace back to the zone and fill our order along with the unfilled institutional orders left behind in the zone. So here we have our sell short order placed at the proximal line of our supply zone. We have our buy market order serving as a stop loss placed just above the distal line of our supply zone. And we have our buy limit order placed just above the proximal line of our demand zone. All right. So again, when you're selling short, it's a little tricky. We're going to sell first. All right. That's a sell limit order. If the trade does not work in our favor, our stop loss is going to be a buy market order. Okay. Serving as a stop loss. And then if the trade does go in our favor, we have a buy limit order placed as our target. And again, we're going to place that target just above the proximal line of our demand zone when we are selling short. Okay? Now that will go ahead and conclude this lab of buy and sell setups. The examples we used already had the trend and trade entry identified. All we did was simply add the target zone and the stop loss to each scenario, and you learned how to place a trade with the stop, entry, and target. Now in the next lab, we'll practice going through the entire process of the core strategy buy and sell setups, starting from step 1, identifying the trend. Hope to see you in the next video.